what happened that they were best buddies for a while, and I guess that was Guaido's 15 minutes of fame there.
The absolute audacity of the United States and England, two of the long-running colonial powers in South America, the Caribbean, and around the world. They think it's still 1824. This exhausted strategy of the Monroe Doctrine, where they think they can dictate to every country in South America and the Caribbean, economically and politically, their destiny. The Venezuelan people, the Venezuelan Bolivarian leadership have extended an olive branch once again. Cabinet, but Biden is opting for this exhausted strategy. We saw Carlos Vecchio, the emissary, the representative of Juan Guaidó, at the inauguration in Washington last Wednesday, and now all of the European Union countries are dropping their support for Guaidó. But the fact is, the U.S. needs Juan Guaidó because this is how they funnel billions and billions of Venezuelan revenue through PDVSA and Citgo and Venezuelan gold. This is highway robbery, and they justify it through this self-proclaimed president who's nothing more than a U.S. puppet.
So, Danny, do you think the era of a random person standing at a random street, raising his finger to the skies and declaring himself as interim president, has that come to an end?
I wish I could tell you, but I think that would be wishful thinking, that was somehow over. The U.S. will use any strategy, covertly, overtly, proto-fascist, petty bourgeois. Look at the coup that they helped engineer against Evo Morales in 2019 in Bolivia. Look at the 2018, the sanguinary civil war that they helped engineer in Nicaragua. They'll use any strategy to strike at the self-determination of the Bolivarian camp. There's a lot of election irregularities right now. There's rumors in Quito, in Guayaquil, that they might try to, the neoliberal forces there might try to postpone the elections because we know that Andrés Arauz is the people's candidate. He's in the lead. So the Bolivarian momentum, the anti-imperialist momentum, the revolutionary momentum across South America is really giving us hope. It's projecting hope not just for the oppressed countries of the South, but for the entire world. And
just finally, very quickly, if you can, Danny, do you see a shift in position from the EU, the European Union?
Definitely. The European Union has said that they now do not recognize Juan Guaidó. It was once over 50 countries that recognized Guaidó. Now England and the U.S. are more isolated than ever. Surely they're going to try some type of tomfoolery and trickery, diplomatic, to try to justify Guaidó. We've seen that it's been a bipartisan embracing of this stooge, of this lackey. We saw Nancy Pelosi embrace him. We saw him, Carlos Vecchio, at Biden's inauguration. So the people here in the anti-imperialist movement have to continue to press and perhaps lobbying some of the more progressive senators and congressmen, we can get this to at least be a conversation in the United States.
Okay, Danny, thank you very much indeed for that. Professor Danny Shaw, the Professor of Latin American and Caribbean Studies, joining us out of New York.